you can see right now, I am driving. I'm going out of town for work for a few days, but since I'm doing that, I figured I got some time while I'm on the way there to talk about what's been going on, why I haven't really been able to make any videos for the past probably 7 or 8 months, or however long it's been. It's been a while for sure. So pretty much short and sweet of it is, I've just been working, and I've been having tons and tons and tons and tons of problems with my V10 truck that I think I made a video or a couple posts about it last year, and it was just one thing after the other, non-stop since last April or March or however long it's been. The story behind that truck, it's pretty much now that it's got about 400,000 miles on it, and my dad's owned it since it was about a year old, and he stopped driving it about 7 or 8 years ago. So I've been having to fix and repair all the things that he's neglected and just let go over the years, and also things that just go bad from sitting, like fuel lines and brake lines and hoses and everything like that. So that truck now, I'll just go off the top of my head, that I've replaced. It's got a new bed, new tailgate, new fuel pump, new wheels and tires, a new rear end. I have a new transmission sitting in my garage that I'm going to be putting in probably in the next week or two, whenever I have time. New head gaskets on both sides. Pretty much the entire engine's been resealed in the truck without having to take it out. Radiator, hoses, water pumps, pump, brakes, U-joints, ball joints, rebuilt the entire front end. Pretty much everything has been replaced or rebuilt except for the paint. So the only reason I've been doing that and why it's been taking so long is because I don't have my other burgundy Cummins that I had before, or that silver Cummins that I briefly had for about a month or two last year. I sold those because I was anticipating closing on a house last year, and it ended up falling through, so I ended up just having the money and no truck. So I figured the cheapest option would be just to buy my dad's old truck from him, and I kind of have some sentimental attachment to it because I used to work with him. We used to do construction like when I was in like middle school or whatever, before I was old enough to have a real job. I'd ride around with him all summer and go to work and stuff like that. I was about a month old when he got that truck, so that's pretty much the reason why I have it. And I'm trying to go through all of this stuff and just make it as reliable as I can, even though it's got about 400,000 miles on it, because I'm going to be using it for a truck. I'm going to need to rely on it whenever I take the Cuda, if I go to the drag strip, or when I go to Carlisle, which is like 700 miles from my house. So I just really need the truck to be reliable, and I want to just do everything right, even though it's taking a long time. So that is that. The Cuda, and the next probably about a month after I get the transmission put in the truck, I'm pulling the transmission out of the Cuda, just putting new synchronizers in it because they're pretty worn out. I don't think that transmission has ever been through before, and it's from, I think it's a 68 transmission, so it's pretty old, and me beating on it, racing it the way I have has definitely not helped it at all. So there wasn't really any worthy video of doing or recording anything on the truck while I had been fixing it, so that's why I really haven't made any videos of that other than what already exists, because there's just so much stuff where you just get into it and it's just boring stuff, going through everything like that. So yeah, when I get back in town from my work trip, I'll probably make a video of the truck since that's good enough now to drive and actually have a video on it. And like I said, also the Cuda, the only thing it really has to have done in time to go racing this upcoming season, because the drag strips local to me open up in I think 3 weeks, I want to say, or just the beginning of March. So I'm really hoping to go to the drag strip more and get more racing videos and stuff like that, because I will admit I was lacking really hard last year. I only went to the drag strip probably 2 or 3 times, and last year was just a busy year, and a lot of things were happening, just making it so I couldn't make it to the drag strip either. So I'm hoping and trying my best to change all that this year, so I can have more videos and, you know, just have more fun, be at the track, be with my friends, you know, have obviously stuff for you guys to watch, because I've missed making videos, because I was getting into it a lot more at the beginning of the year last year and 2 years ago, and I kind of just dropped off because, like I said, with the truck and trying to buy a house and all that crap, and it just nothing ended up going right. So yeah, now that I'm hoping the way work's going right now, I'll hopefully have some more time to make videos and fix stuff when I need to on the truck and the Cuda. Probably not going to get any more projects for the time being, because I have my Neon, which my little shitbox I drive every day, keep the miles off my car. So I got this and the truck and the Cuda. You guys saw I sold the red satellite, which is a whole nother long story in itself, and it was a really bad decision. Kind of, I don't want to say sentimentally, because I didn't have the car that long, but it was one of my dream cars, and I really didn't want to get rid of it, but I was having such a hard time getting a title, and I was fighting the previous owner for 6 or 8 months, and he ended up just completely didn't respond to me anymore. Wasn't able to get up with him to get the title. The DMV wouldn't let me get it, lost title or anything like that for some reason. I don't remember, because it was last summer. So anyways, that car is gone. The Polero's gone. The Power Wagon's gone. The truck I was going to do for the Hemi swap, that white early first gen Ram, that's gone. So now I can just focus more on the Cuda, because, you know, I've restored that car from the ground up, and, you know, that car's been in my life for my whole life. So that one's definitely not going to be going anywhere. And that car has gotten to the point now, I enjoy I'm pretty happy with the power numbers that it's making, but it's gotten to the point now where it's not really as streetable as I want it to be, because I have it on slicks all the time, and I got 410 gears in it, so I can drive it about 20 minutes, 30 minutes away maybe to go to a car show or whatever, but anything after that, I really miss taking the car on road trips and stuff, and just being able to drive it whenever, wherever I want to drive it. So that, probably just going to get another set of rear wheels so I can just put some street tires on it to just keep my front runners on it. And eventually, I was tossing around a lot of ideas for transmissions, between going with a 727 automatic or some other more modern 4 or 5 speed automatic transmission that would bolt up to the Magnum small block, so it would work for the LA engine that I have as well. I thought about doing a Tremec swap, which I really want to do, but financially it just does not make sense, because I can keep what I got now. I can keep the original 4-speed and just get a gear vendor's overdrive unit. But those are, I think, about $3,000 or $3,500, so they're not cheap. But in terms of getting the drivability back in the car and having overdrive, that's going to be the cheapest, I think, most logical option. So I'm probably going to be doing that within the next, I want to do it in the next year or so, because there's a few few drag week style events including drag week itself. There was another one that went from like North Carolina to South Carolina, I think to Tennessee maybe and back. It was like 3 states, which was closer to me and would have been easier to do. So I was thinking of doing that. That's in I want to say April maybe, I don't remember, I have to go back and look. I was thinking about doing that also, because that would definitely be an experience to do that. And drag week I'm going to do at some point in my life. I just don't know when, because that's obviously going to cost a lot of money to do, with gas and hotels and extra parts and a trailer and all that. So I figured going on about 11 minutes now, so that's pretty much the short and sweet of it, of everything that's been going on and what's going to be going on in the next few months with videos and the Cuda and the truck and all that stuff. So I'm still alive. The Cuda's still alive. The truck's still alive and working barely. So I will be I'm going to try and do a test and tune when the track opens up. So it'll be probably about a month or so by the time, other than the truck video, by the time I get another track video up. So it'll be cool to see the Cuda back at the drag strip, like I said, and race with all my buddies and everything. And my friend Chris, I don't think I've had him in any of my videos, but he's got a 3rd gen Camaro with a 383 in it, and he's on like his 4th rear end. I used to clown on him for it, but not really, because I know the pain. I've had a bunch of rear ends I've blown up in my car and transmissions, and he's kind of gone through the same journey as I have with his car. But he has that. He just got a new I think it's a Mosier 9-inch rear end he just put in his car, and he's got some 430s in it. He went up from a 373, so it'll be interesting to see what his car runs. Back when he had those gears, mine and his car were pretty close. I was running like 690s or 70s in the 8th mile, and he was running like 7.1, so it'll be pretty close. We should be pretty evenly matched. Tom, his white Ford Fairmont that was in the streetcar takeover video when I won the 11.0 class. It's a Ford Fairmont that he has a 440 big block and a 727 in. They make a lot of the Ford fanboys mad, which I'm really glad. I'm really happy to see that. But he just, in the past month or so, put a 512 stroker in it, so that thing's going to be sweet to see at the drag strip. It makes, I think, another 100, and he had the engine dynoed when it was out of the car, and it makes another 100, 120 foot-pounds of torque. So it'll be interesting, because he only runs that car in the 8th mile, which the torque will obviously help him there, because he doesn't really wind it out that much either. I think he shifts it around like 5,900 or 6,000 RPM, so it's not really a top-end, high horsepower, screaming big block. But it's cool to see his, because it's all tubbed out and everything, but it's got a full exhaust on it, so you would never think, because his car runs. The last time with the mild-ish 440 that he had in it with the cam, he had just a roller cam and a Edelbrock single plane and Edelbrock heads on it with a 150 shot, and he was running like 630s, I think, and without nitrous he was running right at
in 10 miles take it.
Yeah, his car was running about 630s on nitrous, and then off nitrous it was running like 690s or 70s. So my car and his car naturally aspirated back to back, were pretty close also. So I'll get some video of their cars also, not just mine, obviously, because I like to see my other friends race and support them racing and everything, and that's just all part of it. Having a good time and going out with your friends, and making new friends. And whenever you guys are out at the track, Granted, it's not a lot. My YouTube channel isn't the biggest YouTube channel in the world, but it's cool to see at the track if somebody recognizes my car or subscribe to my channel or whatever and come up and talk to me. I really like stuff like that. And I really like to, you know, reply back to your guys' comments and be involved or whatever. So now that's going to be the end. I just got on a little tangent, but that's going to be what's coming up and what's going on. So I appreciate you guys for coming in and watching and tuning in. So I'll be getting some videos up here shortly within the next month when I get back to the drag strip. So peace out.